TBI Talk, Grandpa's Corner, Article Number 2, When You Get That Call. My wife and I were in our New Jersey home when I got the call from my son, Richard, about Ryan's accident. It didn't look good for Ryan. The doctors were preparing his parents for the worst. I just wanted to know if Ryan had any vital signs. They were extremely weak, and it didn't look good. But he had vital signs. I said, "We're on our way." The hospital was nearly 2 hours away, so I asked my wife, Chris, to drive. I didn't know how I could possibly handle driving, and she felt able to do it. This turned out to be a good decision, as I was really able to focus during the drive. Ryan had vital signs. He was strong and healthy. He played soccer, and he was on the high school wrestling team. That was the threat I was looking for. I prayed that he would make it through the night. Every hour he survived, I felt his chances would improve. When we got to the hospital, the waiting room was packed and filled with energy. Family and loved ones. Ryan's best friend's mother drove her son to be there. Ryan's parents' friends, even one of Richard's customers drove a long way to be there. Friends and family all across the country were starting prayer groups for Ryan. The love and positive vibes flowing through that room lifted everyone's spirits, and any negativity just faded away. It allowed everyone who would be involved with Ryan to stay focused and just to move forward. Unbeknownst to us later, that night set up the solid foundation for the long journey ahead of us and the challenges to come. Ryan survived the night. He had a traumatic brain injury and was still not responding to any stimulation. His vitals were still very weak. The doctors still gave him a little chance of survival, and an even slimmer chance of recovery. Only Richard, Karen, Ryan's mother, and Lauren, Ryan's sister, were permitted to be with Ryan and the doctors. So they all spent the next several days at Ryan's bedside. It was then decided that someone from the family would be with Ryan day and night. We formed a team to support Ryan every minute in his fight for survival. Since I was retired, I was able to take the day shift during the week. As a family, we filled up every possible hour, watching and caring for Ryan. He was never, not even once, in his room alone. And this is something I strongly suggest. We kept a notebook to record everything we were told by the doctors, nurses, and therapists. We also included everything that was done in these sessions, any observations we made of Ryan during the time we were with him. We found that these notes were valuable in terms of keeping track of what was happening at all times, so that every member of the team was on top of any new developments. There would be no failure in communication. And although Ryan was in a coma, he continued to survive. Those first days with Ryan moved along from minute to minute. A 10-hour day was like 600 individual minutes. They were so important, and I don't want to rush through them, so I will put them in the next article. But this is another strong point I want to make. Many thoughts go through your head in 600 minutes. The way I was able to stay focused and positive was through my communication with God. I would run all my thoughts by God and ask for guidance. It always worked. Signed, GP, Grandpa.